guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is the thrift flips. I am so excited to show you guys how they turned out. I think they came out very good overall, especially because I messed up a couple times, to be honest, and I definitely did keep that in the video to show you that it didn't go smoothly the entire time. I wanted to mention that all the materials that I used on all three of these projects I already had in-house from previous stuff that I worked on, so I didn't have to pay anything extra out of pocket. So it definitely made it worth it, because that means that what I paid for them in the store is exactly how much they cost me, plus time. So I think I spent about 5 hours in total doing all three of these projects. So for me, I think that's worth it. If you're thinking about doing a thrift flip, just keep in mind how much the product costs in the store and how much the materials will cost you, because let me tell you, the materials can definitely add up and become very expensive, and then it makes the project not worth it. You might as well just buy it brand new. For example, the banana stand holder, I think I probably could have gotten that new for $15 at the store, but it was only $3 at Goodwill. I already had all the materials that I needed to finish it, so it made it worth it to me, because that means it only cost me $3 and 20 minutes of my time. All right, let's just get right into it. So for the first project is the banana holder. So the first thing I did was remove the hook. I decided to renew this one instead of buying another one. And then next I grabbed my sander and just sanded it down. That way when I put the stain on it, it would have a nice smooth surface. I wiped off all the excess dirt on it from sanding it down, and that way it was ready to be stained. So the stain that I'm using here is the golden oak. It's my favorite stain. I've used it on all the wood that's inside the house. I just love it so much. So you can go over it with as many layers as you want. Whether you want it to be a little bit darker, whether you want it to be a little bit lighter, it's up to you. I only went over it with 2 layers and it was the perfect shade for me. And then I went online and figured out how to remove rust from metal. Turns out all you need is a little bit of water and a little bit of baking soda, and then you leave it in there for about an hour or two. That and a little bit of paint, the hook looks brand new. This nightstand has been in our basement for years, so after I sanded it and filled in the holes with wood filler, I just gave it a nice wiping down, cleaning it off so that way I had a nice smooth surface to apply the paint on. This was my first time using a spray gun, so I did have some overspray inside of the dresser, but once I put the drawers in, you won't be able to see it, so it didn't bother me as much. It definitely did save me a lot of time using the spray gun instead of painting it by hand, so it was worth it. After it was all painted, I brought the drawers inside so that way I can measure out the new holes for the new handles. So I used my husband's drill bit to make the holes. So all I had to do was put the handles on, put the drawers in, and the dresser was all done. As I mentioned before, it looks like someone attempted to DIY this table, so I knew the first thing I was going to have to do was to strip the paint off. So I used a paint thinner, and to my surprise, it was coming off very easily. Once all the paint was gone, I sanded the whole piece down so I could have a smooth finish at the end. After sanding it down, I wiped it off, and now it was time to paint. So then I taped up the bottom half with wrapping paper so that way I can spray the top freely without getting any overspray. And then I flipped it over and I gave it a nice layer of white spray paint in a satin finish so that way it would complement the top. And now it's time to remove the paper and look at the finished product. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment down below which one was your favorite and what you want me to do next. I'll see you guys in my next video.